What is going on, y'all boys? NBA Wednesday is officially here, and I have my best 5 picks. Real quick, though, I want to kind of recap yesterday's props for the NBA on Tuesday. We had previously swept 3 days straight. However, on Tuesday, we did miss a sweep. However, we still had a very solid day. We went 4 for 5. I think we'll have another amazing day today. I spent a lot of time researching these NBA picks for Wednesday. We've been absolutely cooking to start the NBA season. We're on some sort of crazy record. I see no reason to slow down today. On top of that, I have 4 over picks for y'all boys. If y'all know anything about me and the over, I've hit the last 28 overs I've taken on this channel. So please, y'all boys, make sure to stay tuned until the end for all my best picks. Now, lastly, if y'all are new here, I'm legit giving away a free signed Justin Herbert jersey to one of my lucky viewers. Literally, all you have to do to enter the giveaway is like and subscribe. After you're done doing those 2 things, comment done in the comment section, and I'll go enter y'all boys into the giveaway. Make sure you're entering before it is too late. The winner is going to be announced in a week from now, so go enter ASAP, go like, go subscribe, then comment done in the comment section when you're done with those 2 things. This offer is absolutely insane. Let's get into the first lock of the day. It's going to be Wembanyama to go over 45.5 PRA for the Spurs. As y'all can see, he's been pretty solid lately. He's hit this line 4 out of the last 10 for a 40% clip. On the 5 game stretch, 2 out of the last 5 for a 40% clip. 20 game, 5 out of the last 20 for a 25% clip. Head to head, 1 for 3. 2025 season, 3 for 6. And then last year, 10 out of 46 total games for a 22% clip. I get why the stats would not look so good. Obviously, he has not hit this line a lot lately. However, this is the reason I'm going to be taking this prop. Luke Cornett is out with a 5th consecutive game. He has a sprained left ankle. Luke Cornett is the other center on the Spurs. He's a very good player. He came from Boston last year, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, though, he's very big. He can get bored, and he takes up Wemby's minutes when he's not hurt. However, he's going to be out with the ankle sprain again, which just allows Wemby to get on the court for more amount of time. On top of that, the Spurs are going to need Wemby big time in this game. Obviously, they're playing one of the best teams in the league, and the Lakers. As you can see by these stats right here, though, the Lakers are pretty middle of the pack in points allowed. They're giving up 116.6 points per game, which is 15 in the league. Rebounds allowed, they're not giving up very many rebounds, only 40 per game at number 5. However, on assists allowed, they're giving up a bunch of assists, almost 27 assists per game on average. That is not very good. Like I said earlier, Cornette is out. I think Wemby will have to have an amazing game for the Spurs to win this game, so I think he will. I think he'll try his hardest. I think he'll get a bunch of minutes. As you can see right here, he's averaging almost 40 minutes per game. He's averaging just shy at 34.2. That's basically the whole game he's going to play. I expect that number to continue to rise against a very critical Los Angeles game. As you can see right here, there's only going to be 2 books offering it, but I'm going to be taking this on Prizepicks for a complete steal at minus 119. I do not expect this prop to remain on the board for very long, especially for the value that these books are offering it at. So go lock this in ASAP. Wemby over 45.5 PRA. Let's get into the second lock of the day. It's going to be KD over 29.5 PA. As you can see, he has not been so consistent on this line either, but I'm going to explain to y'all why I love this prop. On the 10-game stretch, 4 out of the last 10 for a 40% clip. 5-game stretch, 2 out of the last 5 for a 40% clip. 20-game, 9 out of the last 20 for a 45. Head-to-head, 4 for 4. 2025 season so far this year, he's 2 for 6. And then last year, 36 out of 62 total games for a 58% rate for KD. Obviously, KD historically is one of the best players in the league. He still has it. I know a lot of people are saying he's out of his prime, which is pretty universal. Everybody knows KD is out of his prime, but he's still putting up crazy numbers at the age he's at right now. He's still having amazing games. He's still getting a lot of points. He's still getting a lot of assists. On top of that, Houston is facing one of the worst defenses in the country in Memphis. As you can see right here, they're giving up the 22 most points allowed in the league, giving up 120 points per game on average. That is almost the worst in the league. And they're doing even worse and giving up 27.4 assists allowed. They're giving up a bunch of points. They're giving up a bunch of assists. I think KD and the Rockets will completely capitalize on that number. Just like Wemby and the Spurs, I think KD's going to have to play a lot this game for a chance of Houston to win it. Obviously, Memphis has a pretty good offense this year. Their defense they're lacking a lot on. But I think the Rockets coaching staff will play KD a lot. I think he'll get a lot of minutes. I think he'll absolutely surpass this mark. I have no idea why this line is so low. On top of that, as you can see right here, he's almost averaging 36 minutes per game. He's averaging 35.7 minutes per game. That is very impressive. Also, lately, he's almost at 40 minutes in 4 out of the last 5. That is very impressive. The Rockets are needing him a lot to win games, so that's obviously not good for them. But KD's going to have to step up against a very good Memphis team. In terms of value on this prop, there's going to be 5 bucks offering it, but no surprise, I'm going to be taking this on Prizepicks for a complete steal at minus 119. Go lock this in ASAP. I also don't see this prop being on the board for very long, especially for that 29.5 mark. It's going to be shy under 35.5 points plus rebounds. As you can see, he's gotten under this line 7 out of the last 10 for a 70% clip, so pretty consistent for us. 4 out of the last 5 for an 80% clip. 20 game, 9 out of the last 20 for a 45% clip. Head to head, 3 for 4. 2025 season 4 for 7, and then last year 49 out of 100 total games for a 49% clip, so just below average. Now this prop is a complete steal in value. Obviously, Shy's having a pretty good season, not really compared to last year. Last year he started off the season absolutely amazing, hence he won the MVP. But this year he's starting off good, but he's not starting off as hot this year, especially in terms of points. He's still getting the rebounds he used to get. He's still getting the assists, but specifically in points, it's been down a little bit. But I do expect that to pick up at some point, but not versus one of the best Clippers defenses in the country. As you can see, they rank number 4, giving up only 112 points per game on average, number 4 in the NBA. That is extremely impressive. They also rank number 9 in rebounds allowed, giving up only 42 rebounds per game. That is also very good. So they're a top 10 rebounding defense. They're a top 10 points allowed defense. They're actually a top 5 points allowed defense. Shy has not surpassed this mark at all lately against pretty mediocre defenses. He faced Washington, the worst defense in the league. He only went for 34. So that kind of tells y'all, boys, he's not performing well lately. He's going to face one of the best defenses in the country in the Clippers. I expect them to completely shut him down. I don't know why this mark is so high. It really should be at 32 or 31.5. 35.5 is absolutely insane. As you can see right here, Shy has failed to exceed 35.5 points plus rebounds in 4 out of the last 5 games, averaging only 33.6 points plus rebounds per game, which is obviously way below that 35.5 mark. In terms of value on this prop, there's actually going to be a bunch of books offering it, but I'm going to be taking this on Prizepicks again for a complete steal. Minus 119 value. You cannot beat that. Go lock this in ASAP. Real quick though, before we do hop into my last 2 highest confidence last 2 locks of the day, Chalkboard has a crazy promotion for all of my viewers. They're legit hooking everybody who watches this video up with 20 bucks for completely free. There is legitimately no catch at all. As you can see right here, no deposit is required. On top of that though, they don't even mention this in the promotion, but they're also giving out a 100% deposit match to everybody who goes down to the pin comment or description and use code GreenCity while signing up for Chalkboard. You're getting 20 bucks for free and a 100% deposit match. You cannot beat that offer. I'm not sure how long it's going to last for. Literally, all you have to do to be eligible for this offer is live inside one of these green states, which includes most major states like Florida, Georgia, Texas, Cali, Illinois, etc. So if y'all boys do live inside one of those green states, go down to the pin comment or description, use code GreenCity while signing up for Chalkboard. You're going to get 20 bucks for completely free and a 100% deposit match off the bat. You cannot beat that offer right there. Let's get into the 4th lock of the day. It's going to be Luka to go under 43.5 points plus rebounds for the Lakers. As you can see for us, he's hitting this line at a 40% clip, still very solid. On the 5-game stretch, 2 out of the last 5 for a 40% clip. 20 games, 13 out of the last 20 for a 65% clip. Very solid for us. Head-to-head, 3 for 3 against San Antonio. 2025 season 1 for 4, and then last year, 43 out of 55 total games for a 78% clip for Luka. Okay, we cannot argue. Luka's had a great start to his season. Obviously, he's one of the key factors on the Lakers. He is the number 1 scorer, obviously, with LeBron being out. However, they're facing the best defense in the NBA tomorrow, and it's not even debatable. As you can see, the Spurs rank number 1 in the points allowed, giving up only 108 points per game, and they rank number 1 in rebounds allowed, giving up only 36 rebounds per game. I have absolutely no idea why this line is so high. The Spurs have an absolutely amazing defense. This line really should be at 38 to 39. Obviously, he surpassed this line lately because he's played mediocre defenses. He went for 40 right here against the Heat and Slow Chalk last game. He went for 56 against one of the worst defenses in the country, like we already talked about in Memphis. But they're playing the Spurs tomorrow. The Spurs have an absolutely locked down defense. Wemby's going to jump all over him in the paint, I presume. Obviously, most of his scoring game will come from the three-point line. But Wemby's going to play a lot of this game, and when Wemby is on the court, he's going to be a big factor, especially on defense. That's not even mentioning all the other talent the Spurs have defensively this year. They have some really good young rookie players that can play defense like their life is on the line. Point is, Lucas hit this mark a little bit more than we'd like to see lately, but they're playing the best defense in the country. This line should be nowhere close to what it's at right now. This is a complete steal. Do not overthink this one at all. Luka Doncic has failed to exceed 42.5 points plus rebounds in 13 out of the last 15 games versus top 10 defenses. Obviously, like we talked about, the Spurs aren't even a top 10 defense. They're a top 1 defense. They're the best defense in the country, and it's not really debatable either. There's actually going to be way too many books offering this prop, especially for the line that these books are offering it at. 42.5 is a complete steal. Go fade this before it is too late. Luka to go under 42.5 points plus rebounds. With that out of the way, let's get into my favorite lock of the day. It's going to be Jaylen Brown to go over 24.5 points. I'm not sure why they have Drewski on the picture for Prizepicks for Jaylen Brown. That's kind of weird, but that's besides the point. Jaylen Brown has been really consistent for the Celtics lately. He's hit this line 6 out of the last 10 for a 60% clip. On the 5-game stretch, 3 out of the last 5 for a 60% clip again. 20-game stretch, 7 out of the last 20 for a 35% clip. Head-to-head, 2 for 4. 2025 season so far, he's 5 for 8, and then last year, 26 out of 74 total games for a 35% clip. This is another one of those props where we like to see the player hit this line a little bit more than they are right now. Obviously, he's faced some good defenses this year. Obviously, they faced the Pistons right here. He went for 41. That is very impressive. They're facing almost the worst defense in the entire NBA in Washington. They're giving up 127 points per game, the second worst in the NBA. That is literally insane. Jaylen Brown is going to have an absolute field day. Obviously, Tatum's out. Jaylen Brown is the main ball scorer for the Celtics. He's going to get a bunch of minutes, and the Celtics are going to need him to win this game. The Celtics coaching staff knows that. They're going to play Jaylen Brown a lot. The Wizards are giving up so many points this year, like we already talked about. They're giving up the third worst in the NBA. That is absolutely horrendous. Go lock this prop in before it is too late. He's going to eat on a terrible defense. Like we already talked about, they have some key critical players out. Jaylen Brown is just going to get more minutes on the court. In terms of value on this prop, there's actually going to be 4 books offering it, but Prizepicks is going to be leading at minus 119. Go lock this prop in before it is too late. This is my favorite prop of the day. The Wizards defense sucks this year. Do not question this one at all. I appreciate y'all boys watching. Those are my best 5 picks for NBA Wednesday, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace out.